Hey gang, you know who? Stripping down a Model 19. This the engine is a victim of somebody who should have their tools taken away from them. And they got to a certain point on a flash rebuild sort of kind of type of thing. This is the inner retaining plate for the crankshaft. As you can see, these two tabs are broken off. There's silicone all over the place on this thing. They left that in there like that. That's just number one. Okay, there's some of the silicone there. Bunch of silicone around the front gasket seal. You can see that, the larger casing right there. But the kicker about this whole thing, which just baffled me, is there's no connecting rod in it. Did the connecting rod blow? No, connecting rod did not blow. There's no wrist pin in it. But there is a piston about halfway down. Not even to the rings. At this point, they abandoned the rebuild. Why? Well, I mic the inside of the bore, and it's a standard bore. Standard. Meaning not 10 thousandths over bore, not 20, not 30. Standard. Never bored. But when you try to stick a 30 thousandths over piston in a standard bore, it's not going to fit. So that's why I say sometimes you get things, and I got this from a good friend of mine, but this is the condition he got it in, and who he got it off of I do not know. And if that person happens to see this video, and if you got it this way, chime in. I'm usually not one to say lock your garage up and throw your tools away, but whoever tried to shove a 30 thousandths over piston into a standard bore Model 19 needs to leave the engine building to other people. So I'm going to force that piston out, check the bore, and see if the bore is salvageable. The rest of the block's in real decent shape, and I'll save it for a core. I've done completely stripped it. Valve train's in real good shape, cam's in good shape, magneto and coils in good shape. It's underneath that plate, but the coil's in good shape, points were in good shape. It's even got a new air breather on it, crankcase vent breather that was on there. I mean, you know, somebody, and the governor's in good shape. It's sitting right there. Just how they manage this, I don't know. It's kind of beyond me. And why they didn't replace that. I mean, they got a 30 thousandths over piston, so why not go all the way and replace the broken parts? Because you can see there's a lot of oxidization on that. And crankshaft is not salvageable. You can see here, that is where this broke loose at one point. Sheared bolts. I only had to take 2 bolts out of it because the other 2 are sheared in the block. I got to pull those. But apparently it wound up getting enough in play that it just totally destroyed this bearing journal here on this side. Now on the cam side, it's beautiful. Even the connecting rod journal, beautiful. So they were trying to rebuild an engine that really needed to have a new bearing plate milled and sleeved, and have the crank turned, and have the diameter pulled down and polished. But yeah, just some of the things you run into sometimes. So if somebody says, you know, it ran when it parked, when you parked it, run fast unless you can get it dirt cheap. I mean, this was a freebie for me. I think it was a freebie for my buddy too, so you know, no harm, no foul there. But maybe the block will be salvageable, maybe not. If not, no love loss. I do have some real good parts off of it. But at any rate, there you go. there's the beauty of backyard mechanics who shouldn't be backyard mechanics. That's it. Zippo later. I'm out.